What is up, TechScope fam? Get ready to power up your tech knowledge because the future is accelerating fast. From groundbreaking manufacturing shifts to surprising partnerships and even a touch of political flair, we're diving into the biggest stories shaping tomorrow today. You do not want to miss this. First up, Apple is making a massive move to bring production stateside. But what does $100 billion actually mean for your devices? Then, a secret Apple chip tech is set to revolutionize image sensors, and it involves a familiar name. Plus, we've got a story about a very unique gift from Cupertino to the White House. And finally, did a golden statue really save the iPhone from tariffs? Stick around to find out. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's get into it. Apple's massive $100 billion US manufacturing pledge, a game changer. Apple is reportedly set to announce a monumental $100 billion commitment to boost manufacturing within the United States. This significant investment, first reported by Reuters and confirmed by a White House official, marks a substantial increase from its previous four-year commitment of $500 billion. The expanded pledge is poised to reshape supply chains, create jobs, and potentially influence the cost and availability of Apple products for consumers worldwide. This latest investment is part of a broader strategy to bring more of Apple's supply chain operations back to the US. The earlier $500 billion commitment already included ambitious plans, such as establishing an advanced manufacturing facility in Houston, Texas, dedicated to producing servers crucial for powering Apple Intelligence. Furthermore, the company had committed to producing Apple TV Plus content across 20 different U.S. states and fostering partnerships with American suppliers. This new $100 billion infusion will bring the total investment to a staggering $600 billion over the next 4 years, signaling a deep commitment to domestic production. The timing of this announcement is particularly noteworthy, coming amidst ongoing trade tensions and threats of tariffs from the Trump administration. President Trump has explicitly pressured tech companies, including Apple, to shift their manufacturing away from Asia and back to the United States, threatening punitive tariffs if they did not comply. Apple, which currently manufactures its devices primarily in countries like India, China, and Vietnam, has already felt the sting of these trade policies. CEO Tim Cook recently revealed that the company incurred $800 million in tariff-related costs during the June quarter and anticipates spending an additional $1.1 billion in the upcoming quarter. This substantial U.S. investment can be seen as a strategic move to mitigate these tariff risks and align with the administration's manufacturing agenda. This aggressive expansion into U.S. manufacturing is expected to have a ripple effect across the tech industry. By investing in advanced manufacturing facilities and working with U.S. suppliers, Apple aims to not only comply with political pressures, but also to gain greater control over its supply chain, potentially improve production efficiency, and foster innovation within the domestic tech ecosystem. The focus on server production for Apple Intelligence also highlights the company's commitment to developing cutting-edge technologies and ensuring their foundational hardware is produced with advanced capabilities. Industry analysts are closely watching how this significant investment will impact the U.S. economy, particularly in regions where new manufacturing facilities are planned. The creation of high-skilled jobs and the stimulation of local economies are expected benefits. However, questions remain about the scalability of U.S. manufacturing for complex consumer electronics, and whether this move will ultimately lead to more affordable products for consumers, given the higher labor and operational costs associated with domestic production. This massive investment is just the beginning of Apple's manufacturing evolution. But what if a secret chip technology could change the game for your iPhone's camera? Apple's secret chip tech powers Samsung's Texas expansion for iPhone sensors. In a surprising development that could reshape the future of smartphone photography, Apple is reportedly collaborating with Samsung to produce advanced digital image sensors for upcoming iPhone models. This collaboration is directly linked to Apple's latest announcement of a significant expansion of its U.S. manufacturing initiatives, which includes investing in an innovative, never-before-used chip-making technology at Samsung's semiconductor facility in Austin, Texas. This move signals a strategic diversification of Apple's supply chain and a commitment to leveraging cutting-edge manufacturing processes within the United States. The Financial Times, citing sources familiar with the deal, reports that Samsung will utilize this groundbreaking technology to manufacture three-layer stacked image sensors. These advanced sensors are slated for integration into the iPhone 18 lineup, scheduled for release next year. Currently, Apple exclusively relies on Sony for its image sensors, which are produced in Japan under contract with TSMC. However, Sony lacks a US-based chip-making facility that could help it circumvent potential tariffs on chips manufactured outside the US. This partnership with Samsung, which operates a significant semiconductor plant in Texas, provides a crucial US manufacturing base, potentially allowing Apple to bypass future tariffs and secure its supply of critical components. Sony, a long-standing leader in image sensor technology, acknowledged the competitive landscape in a statement to the Financial Times, saying, "We remain confident that we are advanced in providing sensor technology to our customers, and we will focus on continuing further technological advancement through larger sensor size and density." While Sony continues its innovation, Apple's move to diversify its sensor supply chain and bring advanced manufacturing to the U.S. underscores its strategic foresight in navigating global trade dynamics and technological advancements. This partnership is a key component of Apple's expanded American manufacturing program, which now boasts a total investment commitment of $600 billion over the next 4 years, an increase from the previously announced $500 billion. Apple stated in a press release that, by bringing this technology to the U.S. first, this facility will supply chips that optimize power and performance of Apple products, including iPhone devices shipped all over the world. This suggests that the new Texas facility will not only produce sensors for iPhones sold globally, but also potentially other critical components, leveraging advanced manufacturing techniques to enhance product performance and efficiency. The implications of this collaboration are far-reaching. It not only strengthens Apple's relationship with Samsung, a major player in the semiconductor industry, but also solidifies the importance of US-based manufacturing for critical technology components. The use of a novel chip-making technology in Texas could set new benchmarks for image sensor production, potentially leading to significant improvements in camera quality, low-light performance, and power efficiency in future iPhones. This strategic move positions Apple to better manage its supply chain risks, adapt to evolving trade policies, and drive innovation in mobile imaging technology. User impact. This strategic alliance is generating significant buzz, with tech enthusiasts eagerly anticipating the performance leap in the next iPhone's camera capabilities, while industry analysts are keen to observe the long-term effects on global semiconductor manufacturing dynamics. Apple's supply chain is clearly undergoing a major transformation. But the story doesn't end with chips and factories. It reaches all the way to the White House with a rather unusual gift. Apple CEO Tim Cook gifts Donald Trump a 24K gold and glass statue. During a recent White House press conference focused on Apple's expanding U.S. manufacturing initiatives, Apple CEO Tim Cook presented President Donald Trump with a distinctive and luxurious gift. A custom-made statue crafted from glass produced by Apple's U.S. manufacturing partner, Corning, and set in a 24-karat gold base. This unique piece, designed to symbolize Apple's commitment to American production, has become a focal point in discussions about the intersection of technology, politics, and corporate strategy. The statue itself is a striking artifact. It features a large disc of specialty glass, prominently displaying the Apple logo. Etched onto the glass is President Trump's name, and on the underside, a signature believed to be Tim Cook's, along with the inscription Made in USA and the year 2025. According to Cook, the glass component was designed by an Apple employee who is a former U.S. Marine Corps corporal, adding a personal touch and a nod to national service. The opulent 24-karat gold base, sourced from Utah, further elevates the gift, making it a symbolic representation of high-value, domestically produced goods. Tim Cook has cultivated a reputation for his adeptness at building and maintaining relationships with political leaders, including President Trump. Following Trump's election, many CEOs were reportedly looking to emulate Cook's successful approach to stakeholder engagement. President Trump has been a vocal advocate for bringing manufacturing jobs back to the United States and has frequently used the threat of tariffs as leverage to encourage companies like Apple to shift their production from Asia to American soil. Apple's substantial investments in U.S. manufacturing, including the recent $100 billion pledge, can be viewed, in part, as a response to these pressures and a strategic effort to align with the administration's economic policies. This gesture highlights the complex interplay between corporate interests and political influence in the tech industry. By presenting such a personalized and symbolically charged gift, Apple not only acknowledges the president's focus on domestic manufacturing, but also potentially secures favorable treatment in trade negotiations. The statue serves as a tangible representation of Apple's commitment to the Made in USA initiative, a key priority for the Trump administration. The fact that the glass is from Corning, a key partner in Apple's U.S. investment plans, further reinforces the message of tangible progress in bringing manufacturing capabilities to the United States. User impact. This elaborate gift has sparked widespread commentary, with many on social media debating the symbolism of the statue and its implications for Apple's relationship with the White House, while policy analysts are examining the strategic value of such gestures in influencing trade policy. Apple's strategic use of diplomacy and symbolic gifts seems to be paying off. But did this golden gesture actually shield the iPhone from hefty tariffs? Trump's tariff threats met with golden statue. Did Apple buy iPhone tariff exemption? Apple appears to be navigating the volatile trade landscape by strategically appeasing President Donald Trump's focus on American manufacturing, employing a blend of significant investment promises and symbolic gestures. In a move that has captured widespread attention, Apple CEO Tim Cook presented President Trump with a unique, custom-made statue engraved with the president's name and crafted from U.S.-made materials, including a 24-karat gold base. This elaborate gift, presented at the White House, coincides with Apple's pledge to increase its U.S. investment commitment by an additional $100 billion. A move that seemingly secured an exemption from a threatened 100% tariff on semiconductors. Reuters reported that following this presentation and pledge, President Trump announced that Apple would be exempt from the potentially crippling semiconductor tariffs. This exemption is a significant win for Apple, which had been vocal about the negative impact of tariffs on its business. The company had previously warned that tariffs could increase the cost of iPhones for consumers globally. Apple CEO Tim Cook's strategy appears to have been effective, demonstrating how corporate diplomacy and alignment with presidential priorities can yield tangible benefits in the realm of international trade policy. The statue itself, a testament to Apple's U.S. manufacturing efforts, was created by Corning, a key partner in Apple's domestic investment plans. The design features a circular piece of specialty glass, cut with the iconic Apple logo, and was conceptualized by a former U.S. Marine Corps corporal employed by Apple. The Made in America inscription and Cook's signature on the piece, combined with the luxurious gold base, serve as a powerful visual endorsement of the Made in USA initiative that President Trump champions. Cook himself noted that the statue comes from Utah, emphasizing its domestic origins. This strategy comes after a period of public pressure from President Trump, who had been critical of Apple's reliance on overseas manufacturing, particularly for the iPhone. Trump had openly advocated for the iPhone to be manufactured in the U.S. and had threatened significant tariffs on components sourced from Asia. By increasing its investment commitment to $600 billion over 4 years and presenting a highly personalized, symbolically rich gift, Apple has managed to turn potential trade war repercussions into a demonstration of its commitment to American jobs and production. The implications of this successful negotiation are substantial. Apple's ability to secure tariff exemptions through investment and symbolic gestures, sets a precedent for other multinational corporations operating under similar political pressures. It suggests that aligning corporate strategies with the political objectives of influential leaders can be a powerful tool in navigating complex trade environments. For consumers, this likely means more stable pricing for iPhones and other Apple products, avoiding the price hikes that tariffs would have inevitably triggered. The move also reinforces the narrative that U.S. manufacturing can be viable for high-tech products, even if the bulk of assembly still occurs elsewhere. User impact. Consumers are breathing a sigh of relief as potential iPhone price hikes are averted, while industry observers are analyzing this unique blend of corporate strategy and political negotiation as a masterclass in navigating trade policy. We've covered Apple's massive investments, surprising partnerships, and even a golden statue. But what's the takeaway from all this activity? So there you have it. Apple is doubling down on U.S. manufacturing with a massive $100 billion investment, aiming to boost domestic production and potentially mitigate tariff impacts. They're also teaming up with Samsung in Texas for cutting-edge iPhone image sensors, hinting at future camera upgrades. Plus, we saw a unique gold and glass statue gifted to President Trump, seemingly tied to tariff exemptions. It's a complex dance of investment, innovation, and politics, shaping the future of your favorite tech. If you found this deep dive into Apple's latest moves as fascinating as we did, make sure to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to TechScope for all your daily tech news and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Follow us on all our social channels for more behind-the-scenes content and join the conversation in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.